to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone.
That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives by this point of pale light.
We shall prevail.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Welcome to the Internet Space Program.
Hey guys, GM. Welcome to another MoonDAO Town Hall. Hey Ryan, how's it
GM
going?
Pablo, good. GM everybody, thanks for tuning in. Greetings from what is it? The Humans to Moon to Mars Summit, I believe it's called, something like that, in Houston, going on today. I saw a few familiar faces. Obviously Andrew's there, and I think Eli from MoonDAO's there. A couple folks are tuning in Houston, which is really cool, at Rice University.
Yeah. Andrew, you'll have to do a little report on the ground for us. Maybe jump in the next town hall and tell us what went down.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. A lot of good speakers. Happy Starship launch day, potentially. We're 3 hours and 40 minutes away from another potential launch window. They scrubbed last week, unfortunately, also right after our town hall, but they lit the engines. They had the what do you call it, the water cannon going and all that below the rocket, and then they scrubbed it. So hopefully we'll see a launch today, but I guess there's a tropical storm on the way.
Elon's been telling me that he times it actually with the MoonDAO town halls.
Right.
He tunes in for the town hall and then afterwards launches the Starship. So,
right.
If he doesn't get it at this town hall, he'll do it at the next one. So.
Right. He pushed it out so he doesn't double book our town hall too.
Exactly. He doesn't want to conflict with our viewership. So.
Yeah.
3 Media says howdy, folks. What's up, Austin?
What's up, Austin? Yeah, Austin's cooking up some awesome new productions and videos from another visit to Space Camp USA. I got a little early sneak peek. It's looking really great. Excited to get that out there soon to the community.
Yeah, that's exciting. All right, so I guess we should just jump straight into the agenda here. So we've got 2 things. One is we're going to walk you through what we're asking the community to do, which is weigh in on which projects get funded this quarter. And then also we're going to just go through a network update, just different things that have happened in the MoonDAO community this week. So essentially this opened just yesterday. So there's a 5-day voting period for people to select which projects they think are the best ones this quarter that the MoonDAO community should fund. So like many of you may already know, you can distribute your voting power, which is your locked Mooney tokens. So just gonna do a quick 30-second segment here. You get your Mooney, you can lock it, and then once you lock it, you get voting power, which is proportional to the square root of your locked tokens. So, and you can do that on the MoonDAO website. You can get Mooney, lock it, and then you can vote right here on this page. So if you'd like
you can earn it through quests. You can earn it through being a contributor. You can purchase Mooney. There's a lot of ways to get Mooney.
You can also do that, but probably the quickest, simplest way is to just grab it immediately on the site. Actually, the quests are if you can complete it, it's automatic. So you could get a very small amount of Mooney to get started via the quests, and that's also on the website. So if you want to follow along, you can just get started by going up here to Mooney. You can get Mooney, or you can complete a quest. But we're going to start kind of assuming that you already have some. You've already locked it. Essentially what you do is you input the amount of your voting power that you'd like to go to each project. So this time we've got 10 project proposals. So you can click and expand any one of these, read through them. You can also watch the videos of each of the proposals. So last week, each of these proposals essentially presented to the community. They pitched the community, and you can go watch that video, skip to whichever part of that video the proposal is being presented if you want to learn more. But essentially, yeah, you can do all that, or you can read every one of the proposals right here on this page. Yeah, it should take anywhere between 5-10 minutes if you're kind of reading through abstracts, but essentially
5 to 10 minutes for each pitch too. Last week we had really amazing projects presenting last week. It's going to be a tough decision for voters as always, but yeah, 10 projects, and we only fund the top 50% essentially of projects per the community vote. Right. So yeah, it's really up to the community. But yeah, let me just quickly show you guys how this is done. So say you like this project, the Island Zero project presented by Jerry, and you want to allocate 20% of your tokens to that project, and you just type in 20% right here. And then you can go on to the next one. And okay, well, this one, maybe I like it, but I like it a little bit more, a little bit less. If you like it more, you could give it 30%. If you like it less, you give it 10%. I'm not giving my actual opinion on these. I'm just demoing. And then you can go and allocate as much as you like to each of the proposals. You could also give 100 to one of them, or 0 to some of them if you don't think we should fund them. But ultimately, you'll want your percentages to add up to 100. You can also collapse these if they're a little too long. But yeah, get to the bottom of this page. I opened up a bunch of proposals, so it's a little bit longer. But yeah, and then you click Submit Distribution here at the bottom. I've allocated 30% of my voting power. We recommend you allocate 100% of your voting power. So input your percentages, click Submit Distribution, and then it will be tallied at the end of the 5-day voting period. And the top proposals are the ones that get funded. And we have a document that outlines the rules, but essentially it's the top 50% as budget allows. So if we run out of budget, then it may be less than 50% of the projects. So that is kind of one element of what we're asking people to do. Secondly, we are actually also running a retroactives round. So what this means is there is a leftover pool of funding from the previous quarter, and we're essentially giving a bonus to projects based off of their results. So this is kind of our carrot. If people do a really good job, then we reward them with a little bit more voting power and some USDC, which are stable coins. So same idea, you can read the final reports, you can watch the presentations, you allocate the percentage that you'd like to allocate. It's literally the same thing, same idea. You can give 30%, 40%, however much percent you think that project should get. And we lost Pablo's audio there for a minute, but yeah, you distribute your percentages to all the retroactive awards like the other proposals, and we tally up the results amongst all the community members, and we distribute a percentage of the USDC rewards and the V-Mooney rewards that we distribute at the end of the quarter to the project.
Should be back. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, once you've input your distributions, click Submit Distribution in the same way, and then yeah, it will start to tally up the results. So yeah, that's basically it in terms of what we're asking the community to do. This is for everyone that has V-Mooney, and if you don't have any, then you can just go on the site and get some now and weigh in on these projects. So that's all I've got for you guys. Yeah.
Super important votes though, just so people know, like your vote really does make a difference in terms of which projects are approved each quarter and how we are distributing these rewards to each project. And that's real money, and real increased voting power based on, you know, the perceived impact and results by these projects. And this is one of the largest retroactive cycles we've had in some time. I don't know how many quarters now, but yeah, seven projects up for retroactive rewards. At the same time, we're also doing the community contribution calculations, and we'll have those results at the same time per our Senate evaluations. So we're getting feedback from our senators right now on the 33 contributions from 19 members last quarter, which is really awesome to see. Also, one of our most active quarters. So yeah, just want to make sure everyone knows that it's really, your vote really does matter, and you should really evaluate, you know, how MoonDAO should spend its money.
Yeah, and just one more note on this. I mean, I just wanted to really emphasize and let it sink in that this is a way of giving voting power to people that are doing real work in the community. And what that means is essentially they have more say going into the future. So it's a way of kind of building towards a community of doers, people that are actually delivering on the things that they're saying they're going to do, and then having those doers then continue to distribute to other doers. So every cycle we get just a little bit more aligned, I guess, with people that we want to fund, with people that will actually do the work, and we get stronger and stronger as a community. And I think that it's, I mean, definitely been seeing a lot of momentum in that direction, and some really, really awesome projects coming in, amazing proposals coming in, and amazing outcomes from those projects. So it's basically our way of becoming better and better as a community. So we really rely on you guys to really think through, okay, who actually delivered on these projects, and who would I like to have more say in the future towards funding more projects. So yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to like distribute evenly. Don't feel like, okay, I should give, you know, 10% to each project because you're just putting in the average and it doesn't really make a difference. Like you can put more of your voice behind certain initiatives or certain projects that you believe deserve more rewards. So just want to make that clear to folks.
Underscore that. Do not give the same amount to every project. I see that every quarter. It's essentially a no-op. It doesn't do anything. You're wasting your time. Just you know, if you want to vote, you know, try to really give an opinion. Give your thoughts on, okay, if you don't think MoonDAO should be funding this, don't add an allocation there. You know, we really rely on you guys. So
I've had conversations with people in private who are like, oh, why are we funding these projects? Or I don't know. Well, it's like what the community decides to do. So if you think, you know, we should be doing more impact work or more hardware or more software development work, like all those things are reflected in your votes here as a community. So make your voice clear. And that's pretty much, you know, this is the only space program that I'm aware of where you have a direct say in how things get shaped and how things happen. So exercise your voice, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Awesome.
What's up, Iman? Good to see you. Iman's book is coming up here soon, in the next about 1 month away, which is really exciting.
Hopefully we have Iman jump up here and share a little bit about his book. It'd be cool to get some behind the scenes on his book and do a little promo. I'm excited to read it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, got to get that advanced copy. But yeah, 8/25, Iman says. August 25th is when the book comes out, which is cool. Heart for Space. And we're almost coming up to on Iman's anniversary of his flight. I forget the exact date, but it was also in August. So lots of important stuff coming up. But yes, I guess we'll got Frank here. We got a bunch of folks, but yeah, a few updates from the network. Obviously, the main thing is the votes, which we already went over in a little bit of depth here with Pablo in terms of what's our next projects are and these retroactive rewards. So I guess we don't need to cover that, which is probably most of this presentation actually. So yeah, get your votes in. Updates. Frank White. Send Frank to Space fundraiser is active. We're going in on 2 weeks, I believe now, since we reopened it, and contributions are still coming in, which is great to see. I think we've gotten another few contributions this week, some sizable ones. Big shout out to Tim Bailey who contributed a fair amount, and a few other folks. Big thank you. I think we've gotten another few $100s in this week, and also a few hundred from offline contributions from folks that have reached out to Frank directly. Lots of conversations that are happening, still behind the scenes as we talk to carriers. Really exciting stuff in the works. So just want people to be aware of that. But keep the social media pieces coming. Spread the word about this mission to send Frank to space. Yeah, big thanks everybody from Frank. Really cool to see what folks are doing. Voting is still open for the second seat. So again, we're trying to raise funds to send Frank to space alongside a member of the MoonDAO community, one of our citizens. And by contributing, you can decide and you can help select the candidate pool essentially that can compete for that second seat. So we have seen some people shuffling their votes around and all that, but yeah, it's still going to be open as long as the fundraiser is still open.
Maybe I can. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to boot you immediately there, but I just wanted to show the leaderboard so people get a little visual. So these are live, so it's constantly tallying whoever's getting backed, and so here you can see the top 10. And yeah, I just really want to emphasize, we're closing in on the second seed for a stratospheric balloon. So these carry a solid amount of weight. So if you've contributed to Frank's campaign and you haven't backed anyone yet, please do so. You can do so here on moondao.com/overview vote, or hover over send Frank to space and then fly with Frank leaderboard. Every time you contribute, you can back different people, and the top 25 move on to the next round, which will include a panel of astronauts, an essay competition, and votes from the community. So it'll be a very interesting and competitive process for whoever flies with Frank.
Yeah. Shout out to Andrew and Mystery Citizen 180, number 2, and Joss, who are up there in the kind of top 3. But yeah, go vote on candidates. This is a space program, like I said, where you select the projects and you select the people that ultimately can go to space. It's a really, innovative system. But yeah, didn't have time to put in pictures, but yeah, shout out to Super Sal. I believe our newest citizen says number 228. Who's also a contributor to Frank White's mission. So big thanks to Super Sal. Featured citizen Mark Wagner. Some of you may know Mark. He's a space educator, works on the Space Education Summit a couple times a year. Also does really cool missions out in the New Mexico desert related to, pretty close to Spaceport America and like the geological features that people see as they fly out of Spaceport America. Does really great work. So yeah, random selection there. Shout out for Mark. And also Austin here, who submitted community contributions this week. He represented MoonDAO at the Space Camp Alumni Reunion, did some filming there. Obviously, that's part of his project as well, but yeah. So yeah, shout out to Austin getting in his community contributions. Like I said, we got a ton last quarter. For us, a ton, 33 contributions, but everybody, now's your chance to submit. Like we'll be tallying up stuff from the end of June, but basically anything you've done from July 1st through now. And as you continue doing cool space related stuff here in the coming weeks and the coming months, just pop into the MoonDAO platform. On the dashboard, it says submit your contribution. I've been talking to a lot of citizens lately, just one-on-one meetings, picking people's brains, seeing what they think and all that. And, people have questions. They're like, oh, people think they need to be building a literal like rocket engine to be able to submit a contribution. And that is not the intent of the contribution submissions. It's really just, if you're doing things related to space that helps advance our mission, increasing access to space, democratizing access to space, all those things apply, and they will be rewarded with some amount of extra voting power and monetary compensation. So this includes things like, space events. Andrew, you're at the Humans to the Moon and Mars Summit, essentially. Like that's something that you can obviously submit after the fact and give us a little report on what you're doing. Everybody watching, if you're working on space initiatives, just submit it, share your work, let the community know what you're building. Like beyond just the voting power and the rewards, the monetary rewards, it's like great to be able to share what you're working on, and other people will have visibility into that, might want to connect with you and collaborate on something that you're working to achieve.
Yeah, see it as an amplifier of the work that you're doing, something that can, multiply the impact by creating more awareness and finding kind of other people that resonate with your work. So, um, yeah, we got a question here from Stan Rosen about the Frank campaign that I just want to touch on briefly. So Stan's asking, how can we assess which candidates are best qualified to support or back up Frank in carrying the overview message after the flight? Um, so this first stage is really kind of backing a candidate. And let me maybe back up for 1 second. Why are we doing this? Well, we want to leverage the community, leverage people that want to fly with Frank to spread the word about Frank's campaign and then be rewarded for doing so. So they can spread the word, tell people, hey, back Frank's campaign and then vote for me. So this is, we're trying to kind of amplify the message of Frank's campaign through people that want to fly with him. And so it's meant to be kind of a tool to help. Did I cut out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, basically, what I was saying is the leaderboard is intended to be a tool to help magnify Frank's campaign through the power of the MoonDAO community. So if you can reach out to people and say, hey, support Frank and me. You can support Frank's campaign and then allocate your tokens towards my candidacy to fly with Frank. So it's intended to be something that kind of helps with outreach. So yeah.
And I guess building on that, Stan, it'll be a multi-stage selection process. So this is just the candidate pool, and then beyond that, there will be it's on the website in the documentation as well, but there's a multi-round selection process to try to help identify who is the best qualified to support, to fly alongside Frank and help carry that overview message forward into the world beyond the flight as well, which is important. So astronaut panel, as we've talked about, there's other community votes, etc. But yeah, we don't expect that this is just the candidate pool. Then we'll help identify amongst the candidate pool who really is the best qualified to take that seat with Frank. And obviously there's other considerations with flyer or with the carrier in terms of health requirements and other things that are a bit, that's a whole other step in the journey, but hope that answers your question. Yeah, so going back to the vote, 5 days, but essentially you have until Monday to cast your votes for the Q3 projects, as well as the retroactive rewards for our completed projects. So, take some time today or tomorrow and cast your votes before Monday. I don't know that we have a specific hour, but we will probably close it up sometime on Monday morning, afternoon, and tally up those votes so we can move forward. Yeah, we're a little bit behind schedule, but we want to make sure that the projects get funded in a timely manner and people get their rewards in a timely manner as well. So yeah, cast your votes. Also, yeah, we got this potential, the space industry workshop in Rio coming up here in a couple of weeks. So MoonDAO will have a presence on the ground. I know we've got, Isabel, I got your email as well. But yeah, it's exciting. And I know there's an awesome space community there, and hopefully we can get some people together and do all that sort of thing that we did, a year ago. So just wanted to give that a shout out, and great to see that community here tuning into our town halls. But yeah, that's basically it in terms of the network updates as well. Big thing is just the project system and retroactive votes right now.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah. I guess we can keep this one nice and short, but yeah, everyone get your votes in. It really, really matters. You help decide what we fund, and we've got some great proposals. It's going to be hard to decide between them, but please take the time to read the proposals, to kind of be thoughtful about what you think MoonDAO should be focusing on this quarter, and then also read the final reports and go through them, and then I also just want to throw out that Ryan and myself are very, very open to any feedback as you're going through this process. Anything that you think could make it easier, simpler, help you in your decision, please let us know, because we want to make this as smooth and straightforward to kind of leverage the community intelligence. So yeah.
Totally. Yeah, happy International Moon Week. Monday was International Moon Day. anniversary of the Apollo landing. So big moon celebrations all over the world, which is great. Yeah, and Starship watch party. Hopefully it goes today and we get a successful launch.
Godspeed Starship. Hopefully
Godspeed.
we get a launch. It's been a while since we've seen a launch, so yeah.
Yeah. When was the last one? Oh, it was a month ago or 2 months ago? I forget now.
Maybe a month and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a long drought there of 6 months though. That was, or over 6 months. It was far too long. So good to see him getting back up to a faster cadence here with the V3 Starship. I'm excited. So
exactly.
Cool.
All right. Cool. Thanks everyone.
All right. Thanks everybody. Have a good one.
Right.
See ya.
See y'all. Bye.
Tina's lucky. Later.
Our world is not in good shape. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that we, as the crew of Spaceship Earth, we're kind of doing a terrible job of being the crew.
All the astronauts say when they get up top, they're like, wait, what are we doing?
Yeah. But explain to me what the overview effect is.
You know, it is absolutely gorgeous. Overview effect is when you're looking through that cupola, it's like the bay window looking down on the Earth, and you see just that, the Earth as it exists with the whole universe in the background. You see the thin blue line of the atmosphere, and then when you're on the dark side of the Earth, you actually see this very thin green line that shows you where the atmosphere is. And what you realize is every single person you know is sustained and inside of that green line, and everything else outside of it is completely inhospitable. You don't see borders, you don't see religious lines, you don't see political boundaries. All you see is Earth, and you see that we're way more alike than we are different.
Booster ignition and liftoff.
The Artemis mission illustrated the difference between surface thinking and overview thinking. Seen from the surface of the Earth, we perceive difference, division, conflict. But from above the surface, we perceive unity, oneness, interconnection, and cooperation. This is an inflection point where humanity has a choice between the two. And our decision will influence life on Earth and off-world for millennia.
When I think about Frank floating and experiencing Earth out the window of a spaceship, I am totally humbled by that.
Frank White is somebody who's devoted the last 30 plus years to not only explaining what the overview effect is, but more importantly, what the implications of that shift in perspective is for our planet.
We don't often think about the ripple effect of stuff that we do. So those of you thinking of supporting Frank, it's not just about him going to space, it's the ripple effect from that experience when he comes back, and that's why we should send Frank to space.
We're inviting people to go beyond making a contribution and join the mission. It won't just be a flight, but also support for bringing the overview effect down to Earth. So join us in sending Frank to space.
Send Frank to space!
And bring him back.
It's time for us to fly Frank to space.
Let's get Frank to space.
Let's send Frank to space.
We're here to say, send Frank to space.
Send Frank to space! Send Frank to space!
Send Frank to space.
Get Frank to space. Send Frank to space.
To engage in supporting the project of sending my friend Frank White into space.
Let's get this guy to space. Forget about me. Let's get Frank White to space. Tell them one more time. Let's send Frank to space.